Welcome back, my Conrad warriors, the Mindset channel. In the shadows of history, few figures instill as much fascination and fear as Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler earned his infamous nickname due to his preferred method of punishment, impalement. Yet his reign was not solely defined by brutality. He was a cunning strategist, fiercely protective of his kingdom, and a master of psychological warfare. Through his ruthless tactics, he sought to deter enemies and instill loyalty among his subjects. But today, rather than focusing solely on the horror of his methods, we'll explore the wisdom hidden within his words. Vlad the Impaler was not just a warrior, he was a thinker whose quotes echo themes of strength, resilience, and leadership. What can we learn from the complexity of his character? Join us as we delve into some of Vlad's most powerful quotes, dissecting the layers of his thoughts and the motivations behind his actions. Discover how these expressions of authority and conviction can resonate within our modern lives. Let's take a closer look at the man behind the myth and uncover the lessons that his life still holds today. Here are his top 10 quotes. Number 1. It is better to be feared than loved. It means that for a ruler or leader, maintaining control and obedience through fear is more reliable than depending on the affection or goodwill of the people. Love is fickle and can fade, but fear ensures compliance because people will avoid consequences. For example, you are promoted to team leader in a fast-paced production company. At first, you want to be liked. You avoid confrontation, let people show up late, and overlook missed quotas to keep the mood light. But soon, productivity drops. Deadlines are missed. Your manager questions your leadership. So you switch gears. You set strict rules. Latecomers are docked hours, underperformers get written warnings, and every task has a non-negotiable deadline. You stop trying to be everyone's friend and focus on accountability. People don't laugh with you in the break room anymore. Some call you too harsh, but your team starts meeting targets. Quality improves. Your department goes from the worst performing to the top, and you earn a bonus and the trust of upper management. Lesson: you chose fear through respect and discipline over being liked, and the results proved you right. Being a leader isn't about being liked, it's about being effective. Here are 8 key tips on how to be a fearless leader in management in a work environment. Establish clear rules and enforce them consistently. Write down the rules and expectations. Make sure everyone understands them. Don't assume. Enforce consequences immediately and consistently. Inconsistency kills authority. Never bluff or threaten without follow-through. Tip: people fear a system they know will respond predictably and firmly, not a boss who lashes out randomly. Use fear of consequences, not fear of you. Focus on the fear of losing privileges, reputation, or opportunity, not fear of your personality. For example, if deadlines aren't met, bonus eligibility is affected. Not, you'll regret crossing me. Stay emotionally controlled, always. Never yell or appear emotionally unstable. True fear-based authority comes from calm power. Be like a judge, not a bully. Distant, controlled, and final. Make an example. Wisely. If someone repeatedly disobeys, deal with them publicly but professionally. Quietly firing or disciplining someone can send a powerful message. Don't humiliate, but make sure others know the consequences are real. Withhold approval strategically. Avoid excessive friendliness if you're trying to establish authority. Approval should feel earned, not assumed. Recognition from you should feel valuable and conditional. Keep a professional distance. Avoid being too friendly or informal. If people feel they are on your level, they are less likely to fear disappointing or defying you. Control information access. Don't overshare your plans or vulnerabilities. Keep control over who knows what. Fear often stems from uncertainty. Use it wisely, not manipulatively. Set high standards and be unforgiving of laziness. Hold everyone, including yourself, to a high bar. Praise excellence, but never tolerate mediocrity. Remember, my Conrads, being feared in management in a controlled and strategic way can have certain advantages, particularly when discipline, performance, and compliance are critical. This strategy will often create the results you need in your work environment. Number 2. Fear is the best weapon. It suggests that instilling fear in others can be an extremely powerful tool for gaining control, influencing behavior, or achieving objectives. It emphasizes that the threat of punishment or negative consequences can often be more effective than actual force or persuasion, because fear compels people to act out of self-preservation or caution. In many cases, this strategy is used in leadership, warfare, or even social influence, where creating a climate of fear leads to compliance or deterrence. Fear can motivate people to avoid undesirable outcomes and act in ways they might not otherwise do, even if they don't fully understand the rationale behind their actions. For example, you are a supervisor at a retail store and sales are dropping. You announce that anyone who doesn't meet their sales goal will be demoted to a less desirable shift. The team works harder to avoid punishment, but the atmosphere becomes tense, and employees only do the minimum. Solution? You change the approach by offering rewards for top performers like gift cards or extra time off. Now, employees are motivated by both the fear of losing rewards and the desire to earn them, creating a more positive environment. My fellow Conrads, fear can drive results temporarily, but balancing it with rewards and positive reinforcement leads to better long-term motivation and a healthier work culture. Number 3, I have no need for a throne, for I am the ruler of my own destiny. It means that a person does not require traditional power or a formal title, like a throne or a crown, to control their future. It reflects a sense of self-determination and personal empowerment, where an individual takes responsibility for their own choices and actions, rather than relying on external authority or circumstances to shape their path. Let me share with you a classic traditional story about the farmer and the horse. Once upon a time, in a small village in ancient China, there lived a poor farmer who owned a single strong horse. One day the horse ran away. The neighbors came by and said, "Such bad luck." The farmer replied calmly, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few days later, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 wild horses from the hills. The neighbors exclaimed, "How wonderful, you're rich now." The farmer simply said, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." The next week, the farmer's son tried to ride one of the wild horses. He was thrown off and broke his leg. Again, the neighbors said, "Such misfortune." The farmer answered, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Soon after, the emperor's army came to the village, conscripting all the able-bodied young men for war. They passed over the farmer's son because of his broken leg. The neighbors said, "What luck! Your son was spared." And again the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Moral of the story: we often judge events as good or bad too quickly. In truth, life is complex and full of twists, and what seems like a setback today may be a blessing tomorrow. Wisdom lies in patience, perspective, and letting life unfold. Number 4. When a prince is brave and powerful, he can make peace reign as and when he wants. It means that a leader who is strong, both in courage and authority, can establish peace or stability at will. Their power and bravery command respect, which allows them to control conflict or bring about peace when they choose. This idea suggests that strength and decisive action can create conditions where peace is not just a desire, but a consequence of the leader's authority. For example, you are a team leader, and there's tension between two departments over resources. Instead of letting it escalate, you step in confidently, address the issues directly, and set clear expectations. Your strong leadership brings immediate peace and collaboration. By being firm and decisive, you use your authority to calm the situation and restore order. People respect your ability to manage the conflict, allowing peace to prevail. The lesson here, my Conrad warriors: a strong leader can create peace or resolve conflicts by acting decisively and using their authority. Leadership is about having the ability to establish peace when needed. Number 5. You're right. You are the messenger of a great ruler. I made this spike for you. It acknowledges someone's importance or authority and presents them with a powerful symbol or reward for their efforts. For instance, you successfully led a project and your boss says, "You're right. You are the messenger of a great ruler. I made this spike for you." The spike is a plaque recognizing your leadership and achievement. The recognition symbolizes your important role, empowering you to continue making an impact. The reward acknowledges your leadership and contribution to the company. Remember, my Conrads, respect and recognition come from your actions and leadership, and when you earn it, you're given the tools or symbols that empower you to continue succeeding. Number 6. When a man or a prince is powerful and strong, he can make peace as he wants to. But when he is weak, the stronger will dictate how peace is made. It means that a person or leader with power and authority can control or dictate the terms of peace or resolution in any situation. However, when that person is weak or lacks power, they become vulnerable to others who are stronger, and those stronger individuals will impose their terms or decisions on how peace or resolution is achieved. In essence, power allows a leader to shape the future, but weakness forces them to accept the decisions of those with greater strength. For example, you are the captain of a sports team and your team has been dominating the league for years. You're strong, well-coached, and confident in your strategies. However, this season, key players get injured and your team's performance weakens. The other teams start setting the pace and making demands on how the games will be played. Now that your team is weaker, you have little influence over the match rules and schedules, and the other teams dictate the terms. To regain control, you focus on strengthening the team through training and strategy adjustments. As your team improves and gains confidence, you once again regain the ability to set expectations and influence how the games unfold. My Conrads, when you're strong, you control the situation, but when you're weak, others set the terms. Strength and preparation are key to maintaining control and making decisions that align with your goals. Here are 7 key tips to maintain power and diplomacy when you are weak. Know your strengths and limits. Understand what you bring to the table and where you might be vulnerable. Self-awareness is key to making smart decisions. Build alliances and relationships. No one is truly strong alone. Cultivate allies and partnerships to increase your influence and support. Use strength wisely. Power is most effective when it's tempered by wisdom and restraint. Overusing or abusing power can create enemies or resistance. Stay calm under pressure. When you're in a weaker position, staying calm and strategic is better than reacting emotionally or impulsively. Leverage negotiation skills. Focus on common interests. Find compromises and look for win-win solutions whenever possible. Even the weaker party can gain leverage through clever negotiation. Prepare for consequences. Understand the risks and potential fallout of your choices, especially in conflicts or high-stakes situations. Learn from history, study historical examples to recognize patterns and apply those lessons to modern contexts. Number 7, I do not punish theft. I punish disorder. It suggests that the focus is not solely on the act itself, such as stealing, but rather on the disruption or chaos caused by that act. The emphasis is on maintaining order and stability in society or an environment, rather than solely seeking to punish the specific wrongdoing. The idea is that actions that cause disorder undermine the larger system, and it's the disturbance to the established order that must be addressed. For example, you are a parent and your child takes a toy from their sibling. Instead of just punishing the theft, you focus on the disorder it caused, a breakdown in trust and respect. You have a conversation with both children about fairness and respect, creating a family rule about sharing. This helps restore peace and harmony between them. By focusing on the disorder the theft caused, tension between siblings, you not only correct the behavior but also reinforce family values like respect, trust, and cooperation. This helps prevent future issues and promotes a more harmonious environment. My Conrad warriors in a family, the goal is often to restore balance and respect rather than simply punishing a specific act. Focusing on the disorder created by the wrongdoing helps maintain harmony and strengthens relationships in the long run. Here are 6 key tips to restore order. Focus on restoring order, not just punishment. Understand the root cause and impact of an action. Punishment should aim to repair damage and prevent future chaos, not just penalize. Be fair and impartial. Avoid punishing out of anger or bias. Consider the wider consequences for community stability. Promote reconciliation and healing. Encourage solutions that restore relationships and trust rather than only imposing penalties. Communicate clear rules and expectations. Disorder often stems from confusion or lack of guidance. Clear laws and consistent enforcement support order. Use wisdom in leadership. Use insight and creativity to resolve conflicts justly and maintain harmony. Balance mercy with justice. Punish in a way that upholds order but also leaves room for growth and forgiveness. Number 8. If you want to rule, you must be strong. Weakness invites treachery. It means that to maintain power and authority, a leader must exhibit strength and decisiveness. Weakness, whether physical, emotional, or strategic, can make a leader vulnerable to betrayal or disloyalty from those around them. Leaders who are seen as weak may face challenges to their authority, as others may take advantage of the situation. For example, you are the oldest sibling in a family, and you've been given the responsibility to keep peace between your younger siblings. Recently, you've been letting things slide, not enforcing the rules and avoiding conflicts. One of your younger siblings, sensing your weakness, starts picking on the others and ignoring your authority, knowing that you won't step in. Recognizing that your lack of authority is causing problems, you take charge by setting clear rules and being consistent with enforcing them. You stand firm in your decisions, showing your siblings that you are in control and expect respect. My Conrad's weakness in leadership, even within a family, can invite disrespect and disorder. By being strong and consistent, you maintain authority and prevent others from taking advantage of your position. Number 9. There is no forgiveness without punishment. It means that in some situations, true forgiveness can only occur after a form of punishment or consequence has been enacted. The idea is that without addressing the wrongdoing through consequences, the act is not fully dealt with, and forgiveness may not hold its value or meaning. Punishment in this context is seen as a necessary step for accountability and to restore balance, ensuring that the wrongdoer understands the severity of their actions before they are forgiven. In this case, you are a parent, and your child has lied to you about something important. They come to you and apologize, asking for forgiveness. Instead of immediately forgiving them, you decide that they need to learn the value of honesty. As part of the punishment, you ask them to take on extra chores around the house for a week, teaching them the importance of honesty and responsibility. After they have completed the task, you forgive them, knowing that they have learned the consequences of their actions. The punishment, extra chores, helps them realize the seriousness of the mistake, making your forgiveness more meaningful. It teaches accountability and ensures that they understand the importance of honesty moving forward. My Conrad's forgiveness is not just about letting go of the past, but about helping the individual learn from their mistakes. Punishment serves as a necessary step in ensuring that the person acknowledges the wrongdoing and understands how to avoid repeating it. And finally, quote number 10. He who fears death dies every day. He who does not fear death only once. It means that the constant fear of death or failure consumes a person's life, making them live in a state of anxiety and inaction. They may live every day as if they are already dying, always worried about what might happen. On the other hand, someone who accepts death or the inevitability of failure lives freely, as they no longer allow fear to control their actions. In this sense, fearing death metaphorically keeps someone from truly living, while accepting it allows them to experience life fully. For example, you are an entrepreneur starting your own business. You are constantly afraid of failure, worrying about what might go wrong. This fear holds you back from taking necessary risks, launching new ideas, or even pushing your business forward. Every day you are anxious about making mistakes or losing money, and this fear stops you from moving forward. However, after much contemplation, you decide to let go of the fear of failure. You realize that if you embrace failure as a natural part of the journey, you can take risks, learn, and grow. You launch your next big project without fear, knowing that failure is not the end, but part of the process. By accepting the possibility of failure or death, you stop living in constant fear. You embrace opportunities and challenges, knowing that living in fear of failure robs you of the ability to truly live and grow. Your business eventually starts to flourish as you take bold steps forward. Here are 10 key tips to embrace life and overcome fear of death. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment rather than worrying about what might happen in the future. Face small fears. Daily build courage by confronting little fears regularly. It trains your mind to handle bigger challenges. Reflect on mortality. Spend time thinking about life's impermanence to appreciate the time you have. Set meaningful goals. Pursue things that matter deeply to you, which gives your life purpose beyond fear. Accept what you can't control. Recognize that death and many life events are beyond control. Focus on what you can influence. Cultivate gratitude. Regularly acknowledge the good in your life to shift focus away from fear. Surround yourself with support. Build strong relationships that encourage you to live boldly. Engage in activities that bring joy. Doing things you love reduces anxiety and helps you savor life. Practice acceptance and letting go. Learn to accept uncertainty and let go of obsessive worries about death or failure. Seek inspiration from philosophy or spirituality. Many traditions encourage embracing mortality to live more fully. Explore what resonates with you. My Conrad's warrior's fear of failure or death can paralyze you, keeping you from living fully. By accepting that failure or death is inevitable, you free yourself to take risks, learn, and grow. True freedom comes when you stop fearing what's inevitable and start living without hesitation. In summary from his quotes, we learn the importance of fear in leadership. setting examples for behavior, the weight of honor, and the willingness to make difficult decisions for the sake of greater goals. Whether you view Vlad as a hero or a villain, his story offers valuable insights into the nature of power, control, and leadership. Vlad shows us that strength and courage matter. Sometimes being tough is needed. His words remind us to face life bravely. Vlad the Impaler's words still speak today. They remind us to be brave and strong. Vlad the Impaler is a story of strength and danger. His quotes remind us to be brave and wise. Choose kindness and courage in your life. My Conrad's Warriors. Please drop a CW in the comments, which stands for Conrad Warriors, if you like this video. Your writing of Conrad Warriors in the comments is your first step to showing the universe you are ready to become a true warrior. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. What will you do differently to make you into a true warrior, fearless warrior like Vlad the Impaler? Please share this video with someone who you feel may benefit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching.